Just waiting to see if anybody else shows up in the Zoom class at the moment. If you're watching a restream, hang on for just a minute. All right, I see we do have somebody joined us here shortly. It's been a couple of minutes. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. Oops, too fast. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to today's module part 3 of our workshop, Being Authentically You, Building on a Foundation of Your Core Values. I'm Matt Kenyon from Free Thought Coaching, and I'll be your facilitator for today. I am super excited to have you all with me as usual, and no matter if you are participating in the Zoom call, watching a live stream, or watching the recording later, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to you for joining me. Today, we are going to talk about value systems. You may know what your core values are, but this doesn't mean that you envelop them into your life in a way that best supports your dreams, ideals, and overall well-being. That's where a value system comes into play. A value system will help you and your family members remember what is meaningful and important as you go forward in life. So let's take a few minutes to create your value system from the values you uncovered in the previous 2 exercises or modules. If you haven't been in those modules, I will link them here on YouTube, and you can go ahead and watch those. Otherwise, go ahead and watch this video, and you may already know what values are, and you can move forward. Or you can come back to this module later once you've figured out those values. All right. So wow, all right. I seem to have missed a screen somewhere. All right. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. All right, when faced with life choices, competing commitments will often make it hard to choose like which path it is that you want to take. So having a value system can help you make the best choice for you, your family, and whatever group it is that you happen to be leading or involved in, or maybe it's just you. A value system is a statement of who you are as a person and how you interact with the world around you. Your value system will govern the way you choose to live and conduct yourself. So we're going to make this system by using 3 different things. We're going to identify your most important value, identify your 3 critical enabling values, identify your most important influencing value. We're going to go ahead and look at the 10 values that you came up with from the previous 2 activities. So from those values, you'll select 5 for your value system. We're going to go ahead and pick one that is our most important family value. In other words, we're going to decide which value is at the core of who we are. I'm sorry, not family value, core value. We're going to decide which is at the core of who you are, meaning it's at the center of all you believe and can therefore never be compromised. This is that one thing in life you refuse to compromise on. This is your core value. That's your most important value. Your enabling value is 3 values that you would regard as critical, insisting you to reach your goals. And without them, you would just flounder around. And then finally, we're going to select an influencing value. We're going to decide which one value can most effectively help you guide and successfully interact with those in your circle of friends and families. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to give you about 3 minutes to decide on which values you would like to have in your value system. And I'll go ahead and leave this slide up so that you can remember 1 from most to be your most important value, 3 for your enabling values, and 1 for your influencing value. I'll come back to you in about 3 minutes. Just letting you know we're about halfway through our 3 minutes. We've got about 30 seconds left, and then we're going to come back to our conversation. All right, so as we come back to our conversation, is anybody who'd like to share what came up for them and what they ended up choosing as their values?
Hi, Matt. It's Jake.
Hi.
For the first one, most important value for what I have listed was trustworthiness. That's the one I got for that one. And then for enabling values, creativity, responsibility, and I don't know if this makes sense, but out with friends.
All right, so maybe valuing friendships.
Yes. And then influencing values would be being real and love. But I only have 2 for those at this moment.
We only needed 1 for that, actually. So,
okay.
Does that make it easier for you?
Yes, it does.
What do you got?
I would probably say being real.
Being real. Okay. Very good. Thank you. All right. So life provides many forks in the road, right? Where decisions can have long-lasting impact, both good and bad. Your value system acts as a filter, helping you make decisions that lead you down the right road. But if you're unaware of or become disconnected from your value system, you could end up making choices out of impulse, convenience, or from simply the influence of others, rather than on solid reasoning and responsible decision-making that is in line with your values. As influential author, philosopher, theologian, educator, and civil rights leader Howard Thurman once said, quote, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs are people who come alive." Now that you know what your core values are and have created your own system, it's time to put them into practice. So how are you going to keep your values front and center once the training is over? Let's look at some practical ways that can help you begin this process. The best outcome for the best outcome for you comes when you are aware of your core values. Keep them in front and center and use them to make important life choices. It's a great way to set an example of as a leader, both at work and at home. So the root of the word incorporate is the Latin word corpus, which means body. To incorporate conscious values, therefore, means that they must become part of your body, part of you. Unless your values, quote, get into your bones or under your skin, they remain lifeless. An idea is just an idea. It's not a plan until you apply action to it. Now we're doing something. So how can you give your values more presence in your life? How can you have them show up in more concrete ways? So I'm going to ask you to read through these 5 different ways that you can take your value system and turn them into action in your life. And I want you to choose which one of these you'd like to move forward on. So here they are. You can read your core values daily. You can reflect on your core values monthly. You can align your goals with your values, memorize your values, or you can create a visual prompt of your values, something that would be in your way and you'd see on a regular basis. Jake, since you're the only one here, I'll ask if you're interested in sharing what you thought, or maybe I'll give you a minute or two if you need it to come up with it. What are you thinking?
Give me 1 minute, please.
Sure. Let's all go ahead and take a minute and think about this and maybe come up with what we think we want to do. We'll come back in about 30 seconds. How do you think? What do you think, Jake? Do you have something picked out?
I think read your core values daily and align your core values with or align your goals with your values.
Very nice.
I think
Very
that's
nice.
an important one.
That is an important one. I like that you've chosen two that stood out for you. Can you tell me about just one of them, why it stood out for you?
Align your goals with your values. I think that's important because as if you can align them to work together, you can move forward.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think might get in your way with reading your core values daily?
What might get in my way?
Yeah, what might keep you from being able to remember or being able to do that daily?
Well, different things happen in life, so there may be times that it just won't happen. So
Certainly.
maybe it's a weekly thing. I don't know.
What do you think you might be able to do to make it more likely that you would read through your values daily?
Some type of an alert on my phone or calendar. So that way when I get it, I can take care of and think about it no matter where I'm at throughout the day.
Very cool. Very cool. Especially if you had those goals like written out in a keep note or something on your phone.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's a pretty good idea. Thanks for sharing, Jake. So having a list of conscious values or even a value system alone doesn't get the job done. They're just words if they're not lived out, right? But if they are lived out, they serve as a rudder to help keep you heading in the right direction, bringing your life into true fulfillment through alignment, which, as Jake pointed out, having those goals aligned with your values is really important because otherwise you're not really moving towards things that you value. You're just moving. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. So that's why this is so important to us. All right, so that is basically it for today. I want to thank you all for joining me on this training. I hope you found this information valuable. Next week, we'll do some group coaching and wrap up the workshop on core values. If you'd like to suggest a topic for future workshops, post them in the comments. As you know, I am a coach who helps parents be better leaders and connect with their teens and tweens. I am available for coaching if you'd like more one-on-one help exploring your values and putting them into practice in your life. I always welcome the opportunity to meet with any of you one-on-one for a complimentary breakthrough call or just a get-to-know-you call to explore whether my services can assist you and what content I can make to better help you. If you'd like to reach out to me, please contact me through email at matt@freethoughtcoaching.com or in the Facebook group, Free Thought Leadership and Parenting. There is a link in the comments or description on this video. Don't forget, you can schedule a get-to-know-you call with me. The link, again, in the comments or description. You can also schedule those free breakthrough calls where we can talk, find out what's getting in your way about your latest issue, and help you break through those blocks that are stopping you from being who you want to be. You can schedule that, again, link down in the comment or description. Thanks again, everyone, for joining me, and I hope that you have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.